Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today, we're doing the NFL Week 13 predictions, guys. Can't believe we're this close to the playoffs. But, guys, before we get straight into this video, I just want to let y'all know, please go watch that update video I posted on YouTube. It's only 2 minutes long. It explains on what's been going on. And if you guys have been seeing these videos being uploaded at an odd time and after weeks have been happening of the NFL, go watch that update video. It explains why you're seeing videos very late posted on the channel. So go watch that, please, and thank you guys. And without further ado, let's get into this. Starting off with the Thanksgiving football games. You got the Packers at the Lions at 1 o'clock. The Packers. Wow. The Packers. I mean, they got a win over the Vikings. It wasn't really pretty, but their defense played very great. Got him the win there. And Emmanuel Wilson had a big game for the injured Josh Jacobs, taking on the Detroit Lions, which the Detroit Lions had a very crazy scare game against the Giants, but still come out winning it in overtime, 34-27. And the Lions at 7-4 is not something that I thought I would see this year. But, you know, it's the NFL. NFL's crazy. Green Bay and Detroit, very tough one. I'm honestly actually going to take Detroit here just because I like Detroit more, and the Packers, they're not to be fully trusted. I think the Packers are very good, but they're just still like they're still kind of a shaky team, and this is at home for Detroit. So give me the Lions here, 30-23. And yeah, the Packers are just shaky to me, but yeah, give me the Lions there. Next game at 4:30, you got the Chiefs at the Cowboys. The Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs, they barely slipped away from the Colts. At first, they were getting kind of wrecked by them in the first half, or well, by the third quarter, they were losing 23-9, and yeah, it wasn't looking so good for the Chiefs. And they come back, score 14 points, and take them in overtime, and yeah, the Chiefs are just not the same old Chiefs, guys. And that's the end of that, honestly. Taking on the Cowboys, which the Cowboys, hey, I told y'all they were going to get an upset win against the Eagles. I told everybody they're going to do it, and they did it. George Pickens had a great game. Javonte Williams also had a nice game. Prescott looked very good, too. And CD, though, man, he got to stop dropping that football. My boy got to learn how to catch. This is a tricky game to predict because the Cowboys have a lot of offense but no defense. And the Chiefs are the Chiefs of 2025. So, honestly, I'm going to take the Cowboys here again. I'm actually going to take the Cowboys. The Chiefs are just not the same. And the Cowboys have a lot of offense, and they've been performing pretty well with that. Defensively, it's different. But the Cowboys, I will take them here again, 24-17. Maybe things happen. The Chiefs are probably going to end up winning this game, but I don't know, man. The Cowboys offense, I think this is going to be too much for the Chiefs, so give me the Cowboys there. Then you got Thursday Night Football, which is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Well, the Bengals, for them, their season's kind of over. We would have to win out and hope Baltimore wins an extra game for us to get in the playoffs. Our defense played okay against the Patriots until really the second half of that game, and then, yeah, we lost. Not only that, T. Higgins has a concussion. He's going to be out for this game. Burrow is coming back, though, which is great and all, but for what cost? And Jamar will be back, too, but going to Baltimore, which the Ravens offensively have just not been they haven't been looking too great. They barely beat Cleveland, and they struggled a little bit against the Jets. So I think Cincinnati could do something here, at least against this game. The rest of the season, however, it's kind of cooked. So I actually am still going to take the Bengals here. I think it's finally about time they get a win in Baltimore, and Baltimore has just not been looking that good offensively this year. So give me the Bengals here, 27-20. You know, maybe, just maybe, hopefully, you know, maybe there is a small chance. But I'm not believing it. But hopefully Joe Burrow gets the win here. And yeah. Next game, you got the Bears at the Eagles. What a game you got here. 2 8-3 teams. The Bears beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Caleb Williams looked pretty decent against them. DJ Moore had 2 touchdowns, and yeah, other than that, the Bears just got the win over the Steelers. And listen, the Bears have been looking pretty solid, but they've been playing some easy competition. So we'll see what the Eagles bring to the table too, because they haven't been really playing competition either. Well, I mean, they have been, but their offense is just not looking great. They're still getting the wins though. Saquon Barkley has not looked great either. So, oh boy. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they lost to the Cowboys, like I said they would. And that offense, I mean, A.J. Brown did have a nice game, but other than that, that offense is still worrying me for the Eagles. Like, they're barely putting up points. And going against the Bears, this is going to be a weird football game here. But I'm actually going to take the Eagles here. 28-20. I just don't know about this football game, honestly. I think this is like a Saquon Barkley trap game. I think this is like where he has a big game. So, give me the Eagles here because that is what I'm predicting here. Next game, you got the 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. The 49ers, well, they beat the Panthers, but Purdy threw 3 interceptions. It was crazy. Christian McCaffrey, he needs to be studied. And, yeah, George Kittle had a nice game. Other than that, the 49ers are 8-4 somehow with this broken freaking team. And, yeah, the 49ers are just a cheat code at this point this year. Taking on the Browns, which, hey, Shedeur Sanders had some nice passes against the Raiders. And they also got the win, his first career win. He had that nice bomb to Isaiah Bond, and they beat the Raiders there, so that's nice to see. I am actually going to take the 49ers here, though, pretty easily, 19-10, just because I can't fully trust the Browns just yet, and this 49ers team has just been having a freaking Disney World type of season, or a Mickey Mouse type of season, not Disney World, whoops. Yeah, because, like, I don't know, the 49ers, they're playing better injured than healthy, which doesn't make sense, but yeah. Give me the 49ers there, 19-10. Next game, you got the Jaguars at the Titans. The Jaguars, well, they took the Cardinals in overtime and beat them. Trevor Lawrence, man, he got to stop with the turnovers. 3 interceptions is crazy. Like, seriously? Like, bro, I don't know what to tell the Jaguars at this point, but they still got the win, though. Travis Etienne did have a nice game, too. Brandon Strange had 5 receptions for 93 yards, which is kind of crazy, though. But, yeah, the Jaguars still don't really know their identity. Taking on the Titans, which the Titans actually look pretty decent against the Seattle Seahawks, but they still fall short because their offense is just not that good, you know. Their offense is actual terrible buns. They're 1-10, so the Titans, I actually could see the Titans upsetting here. But I ain't really believing it with that offense. So give me the Jaguars 23-14. It's probably going to be semi-close because, well, the Jaguars are just... They're just... I don't even know. The Jaguars are the Jaguars, so... Give me the Jags there, I guess. 23-14, and... Yeah, I guess so. Next game, you got the Texans at the Colts. The Texans! Hey! The Texans, man. They got that upset over the Bills. Davis Mills, he looked pretty good. And, well, I mean, he didn't look pretty good, but he looked alright. And Woody Marks, 16 carries for 74 yards. I mean, they just had a decent enough game just to beat the Bills. But that defense of the Texans, 8 sacks on Josh Allen. And a game-winning interception. Just crazy from the Texans defense. And that Texans defense needs to be tested, too, because that's insane. Should be getting Stroud back really soon, too. Taking on the Colts, which the Colts, you know, fell short to the Chiefs. But, yeah, I mean, the Colts, they're still hanging in there at 8-3. Very good game, by the Colts, because the Chiefs are still, you know, they were that team that went to the Super Bowl last year. But the Colts still hung in there. and they're kind of proving themselves that they could be a Super Bowl team. Taking on the Texans here. This is a very tough Texans defense, so this should be interesting. But I am going to take the Colts here, 31-16. I don't think Davis Mills is going to be enough if take on the Colts here. If this is C.J. Stroud, which I don't think he's actually coming back this week, but who knows? He is questionable, so who knows? Predicting that C.J. Stroud's not playing. Give me the Colts easily here. Next game. Oh, my God. Well, we're going to speed through this game. You got the Saints at the Dolphins. The Saints. Yeah, they lost to Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. They're just so buns, bro. And they traded away Brandon Cooks. They have no offense. Taking on the Dolphins, which were on a bye week before beating the Commanders barely in London. Or Madrid, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Devin Achane has been decent. The Dolphins have at least a couple more pieces than the Saints even do. So I guess give me the Dolphins here, 26-7. This game is just so unbelievably buns that we don't really have to take time to predict this one. So yeah, let's just fly through this one. Another game that we can honestly fly through too is the Falcons at the Jets. Lord, 2 back-to-back bad games. The Falcons, well, they actually beat the Saints. Darnell Mooney, you know, he always having big games with Kirk Cousins for some reason, but that's just how it is. And the Falcons got the win barely over the Saints. Taking on the Jets, which the Jets actually fought semi-hard against the Ravens, but it wasn't enough offensively. Tyrod Taylor, yeah, no one's watching this game either, so I guess give me the Falcons. Like I said, the Falcons it's kind of like the Dolphins. They have a little bit more talent than the Jets, so give me the Falcons 14-3 here in an ugly game because, well, it's the Jets and Falcons. What do you expect? You know, that's the type of stuff I'm getting from that. So, yeah, give me the Falcons. And I guess you could say this one too. Next game, you got the Cardinals at the Buccaneers. It just keeps going downhill from here. Even though this one's semi-okay because Cardinals have been competitive. But the Cardinals, they competed against the Jaguars. They almost actually beated the Jaguars, but couldn't do it in the end, losing 27-24. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Jacoby Brissett, though, has been on fire, even though he's gotten, like, 0 wins. Michael Wilson had a big game, too, taking on the Buccaneers, which the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield actually got hurt against the Rams, but I think he's coming back for this game, so, yeah, hopefully he's coming back for this game. And, yeah, you know, they should be able to win this game no matter what. Chris Godwin's hurt again, though. But, honestly, it's the Cardinals. So, even if he didn't play, I think the Buccaneers still would win this game. So, give me the Buccaneers 30-11. You know, this should be very, very easy for the Buccaneers. So, yeah. The Bucs, even though they got destroyed by the Rams and Baker got hurt, and even Baker didn't look too good last week either, in the first half of that game before he got hurt, you know. But Tampa Bay should be able to win this 30-11. And, yeah. Next game, you got the Rams at the Panthers. The Rams, like we said, the Rams looking like the team to beat in the NFC. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, all on fire. So is Kyren Williams. And they beat the Buccaneers even though they didn't really have to do too much to a Baker Mayfield-less Buccaneers team. And the Buccaneers are already banged up before that anyway, so yeah. But the Rams, easy W's there against the Buccaneers. Taking on the Panthers, which the Panthers, I don't even know how this team is 6-6. Honestly, it still surprised me that this team was a winning record last week. You know, because the Panthers, you look at it statistically, they just haven't been doing much this year. And Bryce Young with all these interceptions, I just don't know how. I just don't know how they're doing it. And it's honestly surprising. But this game, I'm honestly just going to take the Rams here, and we're just going to forget about the Panthers being 6-6, you know. So give me the Rams Let's go with a score of 34-13. You know, they should be able to slap the Panthers as well. Um, but yeah, I can't believe the Panthers are 6-6, guys. It's kind of that kind of needs to be studied. But yeah, give me the Rams. Very more talented, very more built than Carolina. So give me the Rams there. Oh, next game, we got the Vikings at the Seahawks. Well, the Vikings. Yeah, like I said, guys, I told everybody from the start of the season, not far of the season, start of the season. JJ McCarthy, bro, he's not good. I told everybody when he was in Michigan, he got carried by that run game that had Donovan Edwards and frick, I forgot their main running back, but yeah, those two guys are the only reason why they won that natty. And JJ McCarthy, I mean, he did. I will admit, he had some nice throws, in that one preseason. But other than that, guys, he was a bust, and I knew it. Gotta move on from him because he's not good. Mr. 9 is throwing like what was like 11 turnovers in the last 8 games or something like that. I don't even know. No, like seriously though, JJ McCarthy is not good. Taking on the Seahawks, which the Seahawks did beat the Tennessee Titans, kind of in a little bit of a shocking close game, but the Titans, you know, they're the Titans. They ain't gonna beat you. Don't worry. Sam Darnold with JSN still looking scary, and the Vikings. Honestly, even though I do call JJ McCarthy bad in that, I'm actually gonna take the Vikings here. Either way, Justin Jefferson only has 2 touchdowns. I feel like he's gonna have 3 or probably like 2 touchdowns here. I feel like this is one of those random games where Justin Jefferson just balls the frick out, you know, later in the season. So give me the Vikings here against the Seahawks, 24-20. Even though JJ McCarthy is buns and he's probably not gonna win this game, I'm still gonna take Minnesota either way because, well, I feel like the Seahawks are just due for an upset, you know? So, and I feel like the Vikings actually need to win at least a game before they have another downfall of losses, you know? So, give me the Vikings there for once. So, JJ McCarthy is going to go fail me now. Anyways, next game, you got the Bills at the Steelers. The Bills, well, as we talked about, lost to the Houston Texans. 8 sacks on Josh Allen. That's not good. And this offense, honestly, this offense has not been playing good either. This is the offense I thought last year was going to be just because, like, it's just a wide receiver team. But they did have an addition, and they added Brandon Cooks on that offense. So this should be interesting to see if Brandon Cooks cooks up, you know. You know, he got dropped on the Saints, so now he's going with Josh Allen. So this should be interesting, but that offensive line did not look pretty last week. Going against the Steelers, which the Steelers lost to the Chicago Bears, and Mason Rudolph didn't play as good as he did that one week. Kenneth Gainwell did have a good game, though. Other than that, yeah, Steelers didn't play too good. They did keep it close, though, somehow. But other than that, yeah, like I said, yeah, the Steelers, the Steelers are supposed to get Aaron Rodgers back for this game, I think. So, this could get interesting. But honestly, I am going to take the Bills here to bounce back from that craziness and win 33-22. Odd score, but if they're getting Aaron Rodgers back, I do think this will get somewhat competitive. So, give me the Bills there either way. Next game, well, you got the Raiders at the Chargers. The Raiders, they lost to the Browns. Moral of the story, they just lost to the Browns, you know. Their offensive line is terrible. Geno Smith is terrible. Not much you can really do there. Meanwhile, the Chargers, they were chilling on a bye week before absolutely getting smashed by the Jaguars, 35-6. And Justin Herbert got hurt, I think, before that too. So Hampton is actually returning. I think they said Omarion Hampton has returned for the Chargers. So this should get interesting with that too. Justin Herbert, I believe, is playing for this game too. Give me the Chargers. They should be able to win this easily. Even if they don't have Justin Herbert, they should be able to win this because the Raiders are that bad. So give me the Chargers. 23-17. You know what? I think the Chargers keep it close with the Raiders. These guys usually keep it close with each other, so I'm still going to take the Chargers, though. Next game, you got the Broncos at the Commanders. The Broncos, well, I think that was another team that chilled on a bye week before they actually beat the Chiefs with the offense they've been playing with. You know, 5 field goals, by the way. And yeah, but their offense actually looked decent. Bo Nix threw for 295. No touchdowns or anything though. Troy Franklin, 4 catches, 84 as the leading receiver. But the Broncos offense is still, you know, it still ain't getting to me. But they are playing the other team, which is the Washington Commanders, which were also on a bye week before they lost to the Dolphins in Madrid, which is, I mean, no Jaden Daniels, no happiness, right? So, no happy Commanders without Jaden Daniels. Which, yeah. The Broncos, even with the offense they have been playing with, they should be able to get this win. I'm going to get the Broncos. You know what? I think the Broncos will have a big offensive win here just because it's the Commanders. Give me the Broncos 38-14. Let's see if the Broncos can actually beat the Commanders. I doubt it, but they'll probably still find a way to win because that's just how they've been all year. And for the last game on Monday Night Football, you got the Giants at the Patriots. The Giants, well, they lost to the Detroit Lions. It was cool to see Jameis Winston get a receiving touchdown, though, which was kind of crazy. And honestly, the Giants, Jameis Winston didn't play terrible. He threw for 366 and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And I think that interception was actually a game ender. So, classic Jameis. But still, Giants, so entertaining when Jameis is playing. Just saying. Taking on the Patriots, which actually beat the Bengals, like we said. Drake May didn't have a hot start at first, and then he started heating up more. Hunter Henry had a big game. And, yeah, the Patriots are 10-2. They have claimed their playoff spot already. And they're claiming the division too. So, the Patriots have outbeat all my expectations for the season. And I'm actually going to take them here too. So give me the Patriots 27-19. And this week, guys, we have no bye week team. So, guys, that is the end of this video, guys. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Turn that bell on not to miss any of my videos. And, yeah, guys, that is the end of this video. And we'll see you all next time. Peace out.